And sometimes it just pops in and you're like, all of a sudden. Good morning, everybody. This is Anna Sothen here at RVA Connected at the Mike King Biz show called Federal. And I am so excited to have the Salvation Army with me today, Marco's Pizza, all really, really great people who are doing amazing things in the community. So I'm excited to introduce them to you. And introduce Katie. You've been here before, so you're a regular.
Yes,
right?
Glad to be back.
I'm so excited that you're back. So yes, so let's go ahead and start off. I'm going to turn this a little bit. So there we go. Okay. So Lionel, why don't you go ahead and introduce introduce yourself.
I'm Lionel Bacon, Community Relations and Development Director with the Salvation Army, and a grateful recipient of the support of Marco's Pizza.
I love it. And how about you, Katie?
Yes, I'm Katie Kenyon. I'm the newly appointed Vice President of Leadership, Culture, and Community with Marco's Pizza RVA.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
When did that happen?
Like 3 weeks ago.
Oh my gosh!
Breaking news.
I love it.
I was just community partnerships, and I'm moving more.
You were community partnerships.
Yes, and now I'm still doing community partnerships and all that work, but I'm able to use my knowledge to help grow our teams. We have just incredible teams in all 9 of our stores, and super excited to use my passions there to help grow the leaders that we have into like higher leaders. So,
that's
so
amazing. Well, congratulations.
Thank
I'm so
you.
excited that we get to break the news.
That's right.
Okay, so let's talk about the partnership between the Salvation Army and Marco's, because I love all of you guys have so many community partnerships. You are always supporting the community. So I love that you're working with the Salvation Army as well too. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Well, we are a nonprofit, which means not a lot of funds. So we are an organization that serves people, and in order for us to serve people, we need the help of people.
Correct.
And people can come in the form of businesses, grants, individuals, companies, groups, all of that. And so we have an amazing partnership with Marco's Pizza. I mean, in so many different areas. And I am a huge Marco's Pizza fan. My kids introduced me to the hot honey pepperoni, and it has been.
I was there for the first bite. He's not joking. It was a life-changing experience.
That's amazing.
It has been a game changer. I was in Myrtle Beach this past week for a basketball tournament. And that's what we were eating. We were eating, having Marco's Pizza delivered before we got back to the room. So
I love that.
But just, we're incredibly grateful for the support and partnership with Marco's Pizza.
I love it. So what's this whole Christmas in July thing?
Yeah, so we started out doing angel trees during December in all of our stores, and making sure that angels were there and our customers could adopt an angel, and our customers are incredible. Like, all our angels disappeared and kept disappearing, and we kept asking for more and hanging them back up, and they can bring them back to our stores, and we get them to the Salvation Army Christmas Center. And we just knew we needed to do more than that. There are in December angels that are taken, but unfortunately don't get returned. Like, their toys don't get returned. So they call them forgotten angels, which I know, which is like, it's really a sad little name, right? But they needed to have a warehouse stocked with toys that they could then fulfill the wishes of those angels. So in order to do that, we run Christmas in July. We put trees up in all of our stores. We even partner with the Flying Squirrels this year for their Christmas in July, and had a tree there. And we have angels that are toys that they may need in December. And so our customers or whoever come, and they get a free large specialty pizza just for being amazing and taking an angel. And then we fill up their warehouse so that in December, every child gets like a really good Christmas and the things that they've asked for.
I love that. I never thought about, you think about that, right? And I'm sure people don't do it intentionally, but right, you grab it, you put it into your bottomless purse, and then all of a sudden you find it or it gets lost or whatever happens. And
Life
so I'm
happens.
sure life
Life
happens. Yes, life happens. And during that time, it's extremely busy. So I love that you guys are forward thinking and trying to think of like, okay, how can we make sure that those don't fall through the cracks, right? Because there's nothing worse than somebody who's anticipating getting something and then you don't.
Yes.
Right.
It's incredible for us because in essence, Marco's Pizza in July helps us solve a December issue
I love that.
that's coming.
Yes.
So we're in front of it before it even happens.
Yeah.
We're putting smiles on kids' faces before they can frown in December. We're doing it in July with
I love that. That should be a tagline or a
Yes,
slogan
totally.
or something.
A t-shirt,
Yes.
bumper sticker.
Right, exactly.
Yes,
that makes me
for
actually
sure.
that makes me want to cry.
I mean, it all really does. Like,
yes.
it's all a very emotional thing. And
Yeah.
I think that's why our customers in the community really get behind it, because they know they're helping to solve a problem. And, I got to set up the tree at the Squirrels Stadium the other day, and it was just amazing, like people learning about it. And they were like, all their kids were like picking ages of themselves so they could buy for someone.
Yes,
and like, they'd be like, oh, here's one that likes Barbies. I want that one because I like Barbies. So it's really like just very heartwarming to see the Richmond community all come together to solve the December problem.
Yeah, I love that. So what are your customers saying when they come in? Like, are they surprised to see a Christmas tree
so
in like July? I'm like, it's 110 degrees outside. Like, why do we have Christmas trees up? Ours is up year round because I'm just lazy. In my son's room. And so then you just decorate it by season, right?
Well, I put them all up, and
Okay.
As I was putting them up, people were like, Christmas tree. But we did do a luau theme this year, so
Okay.
it is very summery.
Okay.
And they do ask a lot of questions, which is great because then our teams can explain it to them. And we even had like one of our stores, someone came in and they're like, if any of these are here tomorrow, I'm taking 2, but if any of these are left tomorrow, I'm coming back and taking them all. So they get really excited. It is like a question mark at the beginning,
Right.
and then it's just a chance for us to build community in our stores, which is so exciting for our general managers and our teams to be able to be a part of it, because it's not just me or Sarah and Harry, our owners, like doing it. It's our teams, and that gives us a lot more buy-in and a lot more feeling like we're making a difference as a full team.
Yeah, I love that. Well, and we talked about that when you, Sarah and Katie, you third person right over there.
Yes.
When the three of us had that conversation, that your teams are very much invested in what you guys are doing as well too. And so that just speaks to the culture of the company. And I don't think a lot of businesses put a lot of credence on culture of the company, and they should, right? Because when you have your people, from the person who is making the pizzas all the way up to the owner, all solidified on that one mission, it's much more powerful.
Yes.
And then your community sees that, right? So when they come in and they see this unified front, if you will, there's nothing but like, oh, I want to be part of that.
Yes.
Right. Because they want to be part of something bigger than themselves.
Well, and it takes our team like really buying into it, because, for the Salvation Army, like we, part of our partnership is pizza.
Right.
And so when they need pizza, we give them pizza. Well, I'm not in the store making the pizza.
Right.
Our teams are there.
Yeah.
So they're, taking their time in the middle of a day when they're serving purchasing customers to make free pizza that's going out the door for many different organizations. Like, but if you don't believe in what we're doing, like that becomes an issue.
Right.
So it's so exciting to like every time our team makes pizza that goes out in the community that they don't get credit for, like, on a spreadsheet, they don't get credit for. They're happy to do it, thrilled to do it. Like very like emotional about doing it, and it means a lot to them to be able to be a part of it.
I love that. Yeah. So you have 9 stores.
Yes.
And so 9 different trees.
Yes.
So where are we in the trees and all of the angels being taken?
So there are still angels left.
Okay.
You can find all of the locations on the Salvation Army website, which I'm sure Lana will tell you, because off the top of my head I don't got it. But it is. The Salvation Army website is
Salvation Army Central VA.org.
Okay, perfect. So they can go see our locations. It says the presidents have to be back in by the 31st, but you heard it here. If you go get an angel today, you take some time and go get that, and I will welcome your gifts after that. Okay. So I know we're like cutting it close, but
what's today's date? The 28th.
28th.
Okay.
But it's all right. If you get an angel, you can bring it back to any of our stores at any time. We can use it up until December, obviously. So like, don't feel like I don't have time in the next 3 days.
And not do it. So the whole point of this is, yes, so between now and December, obviously we have math, 4 months, 5 months.
I don't do math either.
Right. A couple months before Christmas is coming around. So they're never going to turn away. Like if you bring a gift.
Absolutely.
You're not going to turn away. But I mean, do it sooner rather than later. So,
sure.
Again,
but we would welcome you to come. The trees will be up through July.
Perfect.
So go get an angel, take your time getting them back, and get yourself a free large specialty pizza.
Apparently hot honey
Get
pepperoni.
the hot honey pepperoni.
Hot honey pepperoni.
Pizza.
Okay.
Right.
Anything with hot honey on it is good. So
That's right. But we have a ton of amazing specialty pizzas. Our teams are really take good care in making delicious pizza. And even if you haven't tried Marco's, this is a great opportunity to do something good. Come try our pizza.
Yes.
It's a win for all.
And you'll get hooked. Trust me.
That's right.
My son, the first time we ever tried, what's that? Their salads are delicious too. So sometimes there's people talking in the background. So we want to bring them into the conversation, but they're just standing over there. But no, they do have amazing salads as well too.
Yes.
Usually that's what my husband and I order. But the first time we ever had Marco's was when my son got a free Marco's pizza from school.
Yes.
And so, I took him in and he's like, Mommy, I want to go get my pizza. And so we went and got the pizza and everything. So he was very, very excited.
Yes.
He was like third grade or fourth grade or something like that. So I love that and I think it was for reading. I think that's what he got it for, which as a mom, I was like, yay, because they hate reading. Or I'm like, I love to read. And so encouraging that, with our youth is always really, really nice.
Well, we work with hundreds of schools, hundreds of pools, lots of nonprofits. I mean, those are prime examples of ways that we support the community and that you get to try delicious pizza while you do good. So.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't get to try it. Yeah, I asked him if I could have a bite and he was like, no.
He earned it. Did you read those to get it? No.
He
did, yeah.
And he was very adamant. I was like, fine. He's like, but you can buy your own pizza. I'm like, that's accurate.
Fair.
So, okay. So 9 different locations. You can go in there. There's still angels where people can go and grab them and bring in. And again, try to get them in sooner rather than later. But if it's, in August, then they're still taking.
Well, and then we'll start the Christmas angel, the specific angels for Christmas in November.
Okay.
So then you have a chance to pick out a specific child if you like at all 9 of our locations. Also, and then you can bring them straight back into our store. It makes it so much easier for some people if they're regulars at our store to do that than try to, track down a Christmas angel.
Okay. Well, so let me ask you a question. So I'm thinking, because I'm like always all over town and I never know where I am.
Yes.
But if I grab one from one location, can I take it to a different location as well too?
Absolutely.
So I don't necessarily
any of our
have
9
to...
locations.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I'll probably never find the original location again.
That's how I'm.
Usually I drive by and I'm like, people are like, have you ever been here before? And I'm like, no, I've never been there. And I was like, oh yeah, I have been here. I've seen that building before. So that's okay. So that's good to know.
Yes.
It doesn't matter where they are that they can drop. So if you're like me and you have it in the back of the car and you're like, oh.
Yep. You can pull up the Salvation Army website and figure out where our stores are, and wherever you are,
I love that. I love that. So anything else that you want to share about Marco's before you dip? She's going to go dip her pizza into ranch.
That's right. No, I mean, just that we'd love to have you. We make our dough fresh in store every day. It's delicious. I can account for that. And we do really love Richmond, and that's part of our purpose. It's more than pizza.
Yeah.
It's about supporting the community. So when you enjoy our delicious pizza, you're helping organizations like the Salvation Army do the most good, and we're just really grateful to be a part of it.
Yeah, great pizza, great people, community.
Another thank you to Marco's for not just, there are a lot of businesses in the community, but they're not really part of the community.
Mm-hmm.
So Marco's is part of, is in, and is our community. So we really appreciate it.
Yeah, we're honored to be a part of it.
Yeah. And I went to a conference one time actually that Mike had, and it was Mark Smith from Midas, KO from Core Mortgage. And there was like two other, and I apologize, I don't remember who else was there, and I was the MC, actually. That's terrible. But they talked about how they support the community, right? And so as a business owner, that's probably the biggest flex, that you can make, is to show the community that supports you by supporting your business, that you support it.
Well, we wouldn't be here without the people of Richmond.
100%.
And so we're so thankful that we're able to be a part of it and give back.
But that's a mentality shift. There's not a lot of, because a lot of people, and I think it's a lack mentality when people think like, I need to receive, you need to support my business. But you'll find that the more you support others, and it doesn't have to be exactly a tit for tat, like, hey, Katie, I'm going to give you this, you give me that. Yeah. It's like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, right? Yes. So then the universe will then take care of you, because some random person is going to be driving by and I'm like, oh, I watched that. And I know that they do the angel tree. I'm going to go and grab, a pizza or whatever. So that's my plug. My soapbox, if you will.
We love it.
Give back to the community, because it will give back to you.
Absolutely.
So, and then you get really great pizza, fresh ingredients, fresh made dough, yummy, yummy, yummy.
Never frozen anything. Yes. Our cheese is actually cheese.
Actually cheese.
It's incredible. Yeah.
Actually cheese. If you had been a fly on the conversation we were having before, actual cheese is a good thing.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. So fake food is no good here.
That's right. Cut our own vegetable. I mean, just come and try if you haven't, and you know that your pizza dollars are going to do good.
Yeah. So. And people who are happy to be there and make the pizzas and 100%. Do all of the things. So that says a lot too, because my mother always says that, because we talk about, like, I can make the same meal. We can be standing at the stove making the exact same thing at the exact same time. And I'm like, why does yours taste better? And she's like, because mine was made with love. And I'm like, ooh, okay, fair. So that's what your employees are putting into that. Like, when they make that, that's what they're doing. And so then that goes out into it's so good.
It is
culture. I love it. Yes. I love it what you guys are creating. So
well, thank you so much.
Yeah,
thanks for having me.
Of course, always. You are always welcome at my table. So
love it.
Okay. Thank you for being here again. So we'll see you soon.
All right, I'll be back.
All right, sounds good. Yeah. Have a great day. All right, so Lionel and I are going to keep going. So let's talk a little bit about you. How long have you been with the Salvation Army?
I've been with the Salvation Army right at a year and a half.
Okay.
In this role, and previous to that, I was with other nonprofits raising money. So
okay.
I enjoy being the voice of those that need help, and I am their voice to those with means to help.
I love that.
So I stand in the middle kind of as an interpreter or translator, and I speak the language of those who have needs, and I speak the language of those who have means, and I connect
them. I love that. I say that I'm the human connector, or the human Rolodex. So I love people who spend their life connecting people to the individuals that they need. So why, and you by the way have a radio voice, so that should probably be something that you should consider. But why the Salvation Army? So having come from different nonprofits, why is the Salvation Army?
Yeah, I worked 20 years for the YMCA, had a great experience, multiple cities, promotions, kind of had me traveling. And then I had spent some time in college athletics, raising money at VCU. Had a great time there. And then 8 years at the Virginia Home for Boys and Girls, raising money for youth who've been through traumatic or abusive situations. So the Salvation Army gives me an opportunity to serve adults. And timing was great, because the Salvation Army is really in need of finishing this capital campaign, which is to build the new Center of Hope. So, jumped in both feet, sleeves rolled up, and have been, running really, really fast ever since, but really enjoy it.
I love that. Yeah. So for those of you who don't know what the Salvation Army is, tell us a little bit more about the actual organization.
Yeah, we're a worldwide organization from the somewhere around 1855. Which makes us as old as like the Red Cross and the YMCA, and like these organizations that are almost 200 years old.
It's amazing.
But here in Richmond, Central Virginia, we have 4 different footprints. One is our Salvation Army Red Shield Youth Center in the east end of town, formerly known as the Salvation Army Boys and Girls Club. So we do lots and lots of programming there. We have a great partnership with Swim RVA and a beautiful pool there, major renovation. So that's one footprint. The second footprint is we have a church on Orchid Lane in the south side of town.
Okay.
So we do Bible studies and we do a lot of feeding programs through donating food.
Okay.
That's the second. The third is 2 West Franklin Street. So if you know where the Jefferson Hotel and the downtown YMCA are, 1 block from the downtown YMCA on Grace Street, we have an operation there, and we have about 33 men that live on that property.
Okay.
And then we have 4 families that live in that property. Those are our clients who are experiencing homelessness.
Okay.
We don't use the word homeless people anymore.
Okay.
We're pushing to get away from that,
Right.
and it's those experiencing homelessness.
Okay.
Because a homeless man, you're describing the man.
Right.
A man experiencing homelessness, you're describing what that man is going through, which we hope is temporary.
Correct.
The situation. And then our fourth footprint is 1900 Chamberlain Avenue. There's a Wells Fargo right on that corner, right near the post office in Virginia Union.
Okay.
And I described the location because most people have driven by there
I never knew
and
what
have
it was.
never seen that building.
Okay.
But at 1900 Chamberlain, we have 50 men that live there and call that home.
Okay.
But we also, and that's our emergency shelter.
Okay.
The second half of that building, we have what's called IWS, which is Inclement Weather Services.
Okay.
So from November 15th all the way to April 15th, we're open.
Okay.
We're open, and we serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Outside of that, from April 16th, which we're in now, that window back to November 14th, we're open based on the weather.
Okay.
So we run a heating and cooling center.
Gotcha.
So if it's above 92 degrees, we're open.
Okay.
If it's below 40 degrees, we're open.
Okay.
But we're only open, we open at 5 or earlier, depending on the temperature, but everyone leaves that following morning. We clean up the place and get it ready for that afternoon.
Gotcha. Okay.
The other reason we would be open is bad storms and
Okay.
things like that. For example, the smoke that came from Canada, we were open.
Okay.
So people can get out of that.
Out of that.
That facility has been a bunch of different things.
Gotcha.
And it's outdated. It's way outdated.
Okay.
And we're using Band-Aids and duct tape, and we really need to level it, tear it down, and rebuild it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which is the campaign I'm leading.
Okay. And where are we in that campaign?
So it's a $15.5 million campaign.
Okay.
We have just under 1.5 left to raise.
That's pretty good.
It is, but the caveat is that money has to be raised by December 31st of this year.
Okay.
So we've got about 1.5 million to raise. We've got some irons in the fire.
Okay.
We're having some conversations. We have a movement, and I call it a movement because it started with an individual, the home we were talking about, the homeowner of that home.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Came up with the concept of, I'd like to get 10,000 women to give $100 each, and it would be $1 million. And I'm going to start by inviting 10 of my friends to join me in giving $100 and inviting 10 other women.
Okay.
And it mushroomed like that. And that kicked off end of April-ish, early May.
Okay.
And that movement is over $200,000.
Wow.
With about 180 to 200 donors.
I love that.
So it's an entire, excuse me, it's an entire movement.
He's getting emotional,
in itself.
ladies and gentlemen.
It's an entire movement of just hundreds of women. Men have given as well. We don't exclude the men, but and we're kind of in the third phase of this big picture campaign plan. The first plan was the rally, which was the event you came to on November 6th, was to get everybody more enthusiastic and re-energized, and we did that. That was successful. The second part was getting our board and our staff out talking to more people.
Okay.
We've been successful in that. And then the third part was this kind of media push. And we've been in the Richmond Times-Dispatch with an op-ed written by the couple who owns the home that you came to on November 6th. The same Jacqueline Aronson was on Acts of Kindness, which is a Channel 12 segment last week. We've been on radio stations, TV. I mean, we're just trying to make sure that Richmond knows. Now, I say Richmond. The city of Richmond has pledged a $7 million match, but also Henrico County has given almost $1 million to this. So we're also talking to other locations. But what we want people to understand is that this isn't a campaign where you have to come in with $1 million to have an impact.
Right.
You can come in with 100. You can come in with 50, which opens up the pool of potential donors. And we want everyone in Richmond to understand that they can play a part in getting people off the street.
I love that. So you gave me an idea. So I'm going to put that out too. I mean, if you have 5,000 friends on Facebook, why not use that to your advantage? So I'm going to do that. I'm going to put a challenge. I don't like that word. Opportunity. I'm going to put an opportunity out to all of my friends, and I'll do the same thing, and we'll see what we can come up with.
That'd be awesome.
Because I have amazing friends, and at the end of the day, I mean, if you can donate $100, it's a chunk of money, but it's really, in the grand scheme of things, if we can bring somebody and give them shelter during a time where I get to go home into my home and not worry about the rain outside or not worry about the ice when it happened in January. If we could do that for another human being in our area, like, why not do that, right? Marco's is partnering with you guys and giving away free pizzas, right? So we can all do our part. So this is my opportunity for you guys. If you are a friend of mine, we are going to, we'll figure out the logistics. They'll help me figure out the logistics of how this all will work. But that's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to incentivize my friends to do that. And so I'll see how I can, I can contribute. I think that we should all, as business owners, do that, but also as human beings do that as well too. Because it's the analogy of a pebble into the lake, right? One small pebble, you think it doesn't make a ripple effect, but it does. It'll, it goes out, and that actually, if you really think about it, it affects the entire world, right? So you do a nice thing, I do a nice thing for you, then you go and do a nice thing for Rebecca. Rebecca does a nice thing for somebody else, and then all of a sudden, somebody in Japan is receiving something because of that ripple effect, right? And it all started with one person saying, "Yes, I want to participate in that."
And that's how it starts.
Yes.
These are the people that are standing in the median. They're not those people.
Right.
They're people.
They're people.
They're our people. Yeah. They're my people.
Mm-hmm. They're our community.
We're serving people who have just come from the hospital and don't have a home.
Yeah.
Men and women in their 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
Who have trouble, bending down to lay on our cot. So if they're having trouble bending down to lay on our cot, what's life like out on the streets?
Right.
When all of your belongings are in a Kroger bag.
Right.
So we're serving those that need us most, and every hand that we can get helps us out tremendously.
I love that. Well, that's my commitment. So I'm excited. Awesome. We have until December 31st. I do know that giving people deadlines usually makes people, because I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. And then all of a sudden we're like, oh my gosh, it's Thanksgiving, and now it's Christmas, and now it's New Year's, and now we're in 2028. Right. So I realize that can happen. So, but that is going to be my challenge and my opportunity to my network, is to get people to support our community. And that's really, at the end of the day. And it's going to make you feel good. God's going to give you a fist bump when you go to sleep at night, before you put your head on the pillow. Be like, yay, you did a good thing. I love that. So anything else before we leave today?
Just a final push to everyone who's listening out there to just understand that, we're $1.5 million away, but the best way to eat that elephant is through small bites. We can have someone walk in and make $1 million contribution, but we would still need another $500,000. And the way we get there One of the analogies I gave to this campaign when I started was that, and I think we were $6 million away, and I said, we have to have fishermen that go way out there and catch big fish.
Right.
But until they get back, we need to feed the village off fish that are closer.
Correct.
Smaller fish. So we need more fishermen.
Yes.
And those more fishermen are the citizens of Richmond who can donate $50 or $100 while we have other fishermen, our board members, myself, out there in deeper water looking for big fish to close this campaign.
I love it.
We're going to get there.
A lot of little fish. We're going to be the mighty little fish. That's what that should be a good. Now we're going to come up with a campaign slogan. I'm totally going to use that. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me today. I'm so excited to help support the Salvation Army and their push for this capital campaign so that we can support our community even more so. So make sure that you go to their website, which is salvationarmycentralvirginia.org.
That's it.
I got it. Central VA. Close. So close. So close. But I bet if you Google that, then you'll be able to find the website as well too. But make sure that you stay tuned because I'm going to share with you how you could support me in supporting the Salvation Army.
We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Really absolutely. All right, you guys have an amazing day. And as always, stay fluid, my friends. I'm always cheering for you. Love you. Bye.